Hi, this is Majinoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Disappointing. This week was actually really tough because there was a couple books I really liked, but of course the disappointment was right on target, what I thought it could have been. So let's get on with it. Original Sin tie-in Avengers 29 was my good. Now, this is my disclaimer here. There are other titles this week that were worthy of being the good. I chose Avengers 29 for the simple reason of this was the issue that we've been, like, Avenger fans have been waiting for a very long time. We knew that Tony and company had basically erased Captain America's memory of the Illuminati and what they've been up to. And Cap has been plagued by memories of this occurrence, his dreams. And this is the issue where he goes, hey, wait a second. Something's not right in the world, and he remembers everything. And now he's basically coming to town to go, hey, wait a second. I need to get to extract some vengeance here. And he gathers up the Avengers, and he has a talk with Tony. Now, for the most part, I just want to make this clear. This is pretty much a paint-by-numbers storyline in that this is exactly how Tony would talk. You know, they got his speech, his mannerisms, everything down perfect. But it's these little things that mattered along the way. Like, for example, you know, the way they enter Tony's lab. Then you have, you know, Cap making the accusation, but nobody knows what's going on. And then all he has to say is he remembers. And, like, let's see here. There's a part here where it's like everybody just kind of stands there. You know, right, like, as, you know, Tony's going, well, what did I do? And then Cap's like, I remember. And it's that silence. And then that last panel here where now he's kind of like surrounded. So it's kind of like everybody knows Tony did something bad to get Cap pissed off. And for Cap to go, I remember, you know, that must mean they did something horrific. And, you know, you have Tony going, well, it's not me that did something bad, it was you. And that sets it all off. And, of course, this sets the stage for the next story arc. But, I really enjoyed this. Now, in comparison, you know, there's going to be a lot of comparisons with the Identity Crisis with Batman, and get his mind getting wiped by Zatanna and the Justice League about the rape that occurred in their satellite. Now, here's the deal. The whole thing with Identity Crisis, even though this is a very similar situation with two iconic characters, the Identity Crisis, it had a totally different build-up because we never knew this thing occurred. We knew something big was about to happen. And then when the reveal happened, it was shocking. It was extremely shocking because we never would have expected all of this to happen. And then they try to explain, well, this is why Batman is the way he is, because deep down, he kind of knew something was off. So that part was fine. I had no complaints about it. I thought that was really... that is the type of storytelling that I'd like to see, in that it really was controversial. They took a chance, and I think it paid off. This is slightly different in that we actually witnessed the occurrence, and it built up over time. And we were just waiting and waiting for the day Steve would remember. And once he remembered, we knew that there's going to be hell to pay, and we knew that everything was not going to be the same between Captain America and Iron Man. So the build-up and everything was totally different, and they both had, I think, really strong payoffs. And I think, even though the end result or the catalyst of everything was the same, in that they got brainwashed, I think that both sides, DC and Marvel, played the brainwashing really well. And I was very pleased to see that this finally occurred now rather than 20 years later. You know, we get the brainwashing resolved. Okay, the bad. Justice League United. Okay, I'll put it this way. There is absolutely no way, shape, or form anybody can convince me this is a good book. It is a horrible book. Now, Jeff Lemire, I think he can write. You know, he's not like a horrible writer. and he can do good things. But I don't know, is this because of the characters, or I just don't maybe care about them as much. I mean, keep in mind, Justice League United, this is a D-level team. And the only reason I'm calling this D-level is, you got Animal Man, Adam Stranger on it. You got a girl we don't even know who it is. Stargirl, who was a much higher player in pre-New 52, but now she's nothing. She's a worthless throwaway character who basically, I grew really sick and tired of during Forever Evil. Martian Manhunter, who is technically a strong A character, but even here, it's like they haven't really given him a lot of love. Now, he's still a top tier character, but he's not the same. He's not like the heart of what he was to the Justice League for pre-New 52. Then you have Green Arrow, who is doing phenomenal right now in his own book, but nobody's buying it. Which is craziness. So, in a nutshell, what you really have here is this team that I couldn't care less about. I mean, in all honesty, this whole entire team can just disappear tomorrow, and the world will still be the same. And to top it off, you have really horrible art. You have Thor Journey into Mystery, Saturn creature, rock creature reject that they're fighting, and you have this team, and then, I mean, this is just kind of just gets me. Basically, what's going on is it's not even what I would consider a team victory here. It's basically Stargirl and Martian Manhunter working together like they tried to do during Forever Evil, and they managed to save the day because everybody else disappeared to go save Green Arrow Adam Strange, because he went flying away by accident because he got a jetpack thing and he didn't really quite know how to use it. Now, while you got that, you also have the fashion Lobo guy and Hawkman, and that part. All you had to do is just put the person who is supposed to be called Lobo, who there's no way I will ever accept in a billion years is Lobo, in the first few pages, and that's a huge negative for me right off the bat. And all I'm saying is, if you really wanted this book to succeed, Lemire, okay, I'll give you that. You have a guy who can write, but McKone, please, I mean, this is like, man, you need to put somebody better. I mean, maybe you can put him on Superboy or Teen Titans or a team book like that. You don't put him on Justice League United, where you're trying to. Basically, what they're saying is, we don't have any faith in this team, so we're calling themselves the Justice League to get any idiot who will buy any book that's labeled Justice League. That's what it is. And I'm like, please, this is crap, utter crap. Now the disappointing. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Now, Marvel has been doing a phenomenal job as a whole. They've had, it's arguably that some of their new number ones have been great and some maybe not so good. Like for an example, Ms. Marvel. Fantastic new character. I'm really enjoying Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider maybe not be for everybody, but I like the direction it's going. You have Moon Knight, another great title. Captain Marvel, it's like this, but they're trying to at least connect her to space, so that way she can go with the Guardians of the Galaxy for a bit. So I understand what they're up to here. Then you get the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, which in theory should be a really great book, because Shang-Chi can really kick some ass, but you have an art team that can't even draw a guy who's freaking Asian. It's like, I mean, I just look at this and going, this is horrible art. This is worse than Justice League United. And the fact that Shang-Chi is Chinese and you can't even draw him like he's Asian. I'm like, do you know what an Asian person looks like? I guarantee you that don't look like this. That does not look like the master of kung fu that I know and love. I'm like, I'm telling you, if I did not know that this is this book, you should be able to look at a character and go, okay, that vaguely at least looks like that character. Like, at least you can look at Captain America and go, okay, well, since he's in the blue and stars, striped costume, like, that's Cap. But you look at this, and I'm like, that's anybody. Please. This is a disappointment. This is a disgrace to be a #1 issue. Now, to top it all off, it's not even a compelling story to make me want to read it. It's there's this character that's in your past that new reader would never really know about, and she gets killed, so you're going to go in and investigate what's going on and, redeem her honor because she died. And because nobody knows that you're a badass, what we'll do is we'll have you take down Crossbones, like, within seconds. Because, Captain America, for some reason, takes, like, 18,000 issues to take down Crossbone. And because you're, the master of Kung Fu, it's done, like, in 4 pages. So that's my point, is we got to show he's a badass, we got to give you a reason to read it, and, for him to be fighting, and it's not even a well-thought-out idea. There is 0% chance I'm buying #2. I don't care who you write. I don't care even if you replace the entire creative team. There's no way I am buying this next book based on what I read here. It is an utter horrible start. Disappointment. Marvel should rethink this title. And, I don't know, maybe they should just cancel it and then 6 months later relaunch it. With somebody who knows how to draw somebody who looks Asian. Oh, God. Anyways, that is my good, the bad, and disappointing. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what your good is, what your bad is, what your disappointing is. I'm really curious to know because we got some Doomsday books that came out this week. And I'll have more reviews and stuff later. Like and share. Facebook, Crunchyroll, anime reviews there. And I'll have more reviews and stuff later. So until next time.